I need to get one of my cards. I need to play with Tom. Are we going now? Are we up? Did you go live yet?
Welcome to the Rich Myers Podcast Show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Myers, and welcome to the Rich Myers Podcast Show. I'm here tonight with TJ Gates. How you been?
We've been good, man. You're helping us greatly with your restream, and I needed to know how to work that because we're reformatting our show for 2026, and we've got Nashville Entertainment Weekly, Memphis Entertainment Weekly, and I've got Atlanta Entertainment Weekly, but I concentrate more on Nashville. So it's really cool that you're helping us out, man. You help everybody out. I appreciate that.
Plus, y'all supplied me with a lot of new artists too.
Hey, I got an announcement. You want to hear my announcement?
Okay.
We got a late breaking, man. This is an exclusive worldwide premiere announcement. Nashville Entertainment Weekly is going to do a CMA stage in Nashville. It's going to be, I believe, on June 6th, which is a Saturday. And we are going to have a stage. We're going to do interviews over to the right. We're going to bring in a media. My dog, Johnny Cash, just walked in. But we're going to bring in media and put in some people that can interview all the artists that are on stage that day. We've got a couple decent names that have already committed. When I reached out to them, I've been going through my TMZ telephone and I've been texting some people to get them on stage. And we're also going to have our artists with our Nashville Entertainment Weekly PR and Nashville Entertainment Weekly records. So we're going to mix in a little bit. We got a little bit of room for some new people to pop on stage during CMA week. And we'll be at the Opry the day after that, I believe on the 7th. We go backstage at the Grand Ole Opry and Sunday Morning Country, and we do our interviews backstage. So we've got a big weekend, man. We hope you can make it. Is there any possibility at all you can come?
Well, it depends on the money wise, but
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We're going to Nashville. When we do that, it's like the most expensive week of the whole entire year. So, yeah.
Yeah. When I lived in Murphy.
Sorry, man. We had to take a studio break right there. Johnny Cash poked his head in the door, and I could hear the girls downstairs. This is live TV.
Yeah, when I lived in Murfreesboro, Nashville was like 28 miles away from me.
It's a long 28 miles too, buddy.
Yeah.
Interstate 24. I think they stretched it out. I think it's like 128 miles. Jill's sister lives there, so we go back and forth to the Murph. My nephew's graduating high school. Mark is going to graduate, so we're going to see him. So who have you been interviewing? Let me flip the script on you a little bit.
Yeah,
and let's see you had on the show. Who is that?
Well,
Who is Cowboy Hat? We got a girl with a hat. The last three guests on your show have all worn hats. Should I put on a hat? Do you want me to wear a hat? Is it?
Yeah, we
That's
mostly in the
people. 6 people. You have 6 people. I can't read. All right, who you got? You got Cody McCarver. He wore a hat. Matt Tucker wore a hat. You have Shannon Gilbert wore a hat. Did you notice this? Suzanne Gladstone. She didn't wear a hat. She's got beautiful hair. She didn't wear a hat. Who is this? The Sycamore Review. Sakamuchi Review wore a hat. Suzanne Gladstone has a dog and she wore a hat. I'm gonna get my hat.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna tell you about my hat. This hat was in a movie I was in. We filmed in Watertown, and I played the sheriff back in the Depression era. And I looked like Elmer Fudd when I wear a hat. That's when you never see me in a hat.
Wow.
But I wore this hat in the Depression era, and I got to make a movie, and a lot of my friends did from Nashville, and Ashley Judd was in it, Ray Liotta. So many really good names were in it. So when I started my entertainment company about a year and a half later, we were at the Nashville Film Festival, and that's the same weekend that I met Jill. Was my first walk on the Nashville Film Festival. So I actually have footage of Jill and I the time we met.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's cool to have a camera going at all times. You get to record that. Glenn Campbell, they did his documentary. I get to interview Cheap Trick was there. Scott Borchetta, Big Machine record label group, he was there. We just had like big names that were there that weekend for the Identical, and they were also there for Glenn Campbell's documentary. So
Yeah, y'all been
try not to talk too much
y'all been,
because you're interviewing me. I don't want to take over, man.
I know y'all been at it for a long time. I remember y'all when I was on MySpace.
I'd like to ask you to keep your jokes to a minimum, as we don't want to spread it on the TV.
Yeah. Mm.
Got a question. What's your favorite music video of all times?
Probably Guns N' Roses, Sweet Home.
Okay.
I think it's Sweet Home. Or they're on the a tour bus and they're coming back home or something.
Yeah, they had some really good songs back in the day. I don't know what happened, man. They're still there. Guns N' Roses. I remember when their music came out around 1986, maybe is when they had their big Guns N' Roses. They came out and they're so different, and it was really good.
Back in the 80s, that's when they did music, pretty much.
All right, this is where you ask me my favorite, the most perfect music video that's ever been made, in my personal opinion, is Kip Moore, Something About a Truck. Have you ever watched it? It's the perfect music video. It's a guy, it's a girl, it's farmer's field, sitting on the tailgate, swimming in the creek at 2 a.m. It's just one of the best songs out there ever. And Kip Moore's still singing music, but I've never interviewed him. I've interviewed a lot of people, but I never have met up with Kip Moore. And I'm kind of hoping I'm going to probably reach out to him and ask him if he's too big to come play a couple songs. There's so many good artists in Nashville, and they get replaced by what's popular, and they kind of walk away and leave a couple people that were just rolling. And I think Kip Moore. I had Brantley Gilbert when I was at TMZ. I interviewed him, Cowboy Troy, and all these people were just really excited to be on the show. I was interviewing Cowboy Troy down on Broadway one night. He came in with a friend of mine. He said he's still at TMZ, and I said, yeah. And he said, man, you want to get Cowboy Troy? I'm like, that would be cool. And the guys back in California, usually they had set up the interviews for me, but that one they were really impressed with Cowboy Troy. And he's sitting there tweeting while we're interviewing that he was getting on. They brought us so much attention. They were talking about the beef between Texas country and Nashville country.
Wow.
And it was a whole thing. If you get time, Google Cowboy Troy on TMZ, and you'll hear my voice behind the camera. We're down on Broadway. It was kind of fun. But there's so many artists, man. It's so competitive. But CMA week is a really good time to go down and learn some new artists. But where do you get your artists at? Because I listen to your interviews, you know that. And some of your people, I mean, where do they come from? Where are you finding them at?
Well, I collaborate with people over in the UK and their podcast, and they bring their artists, and then some other people bring their artists too.
You're doing a great service, man. You really
the Grace Music Group from Jim Buffett. I used to do their artists, and plus I do what Jill gives to me. And
I'm just gonna hold a guitar so everybody knows I'm from Nashville. If I wore a baseball cap, I'd turn it around backwards and go downstairs with my skinny jeans.
Oh. Yeah.
My mom played this guitar for me, and Memphis, where I was raised at by Graceland. And when I moved to Nashville, I got everybody to sign it. I used to shoot my show from my house. And we started a little show, and the very first one, and that's when Jill was my producer. I would do sit down desk, and we had a big blue velvet couch I bought for $30 at the Goodwill, and we did our interviews there. It was a lot of fun on Saturdays. Every Saturday, like at 11 o'clock till about 2 or 3, and it got to be the people that we interviewed the weeks before. I had an open door policy. They would come back the next week and the next week and the next week, and they would just sit there and watch other people get interviewed. And we ended up making a lot of friends at that point. So it became word of mouth what we were doing and how we're doing. I'd go to music nights and carry my filmmaking camera, and I would film somebody playing like at the Row or listening room or something like that. And when they would come off the stage, I was really just amazed by the way that they would tell their story of the song. And I loved it so much more when they're singing a song that they wrote. And that really means a lot because they have so much emotion. You know, it's about their grandma, it's about a lost love, it's about somebody that left them, it's about new beginnings. And I'd always ask them, I said, look, you know, kind of doing interviews, can we go outside and talk about your songs? And they would. They'd go outside and talk about their songs, and they would share, you know, my interviews on their social media. And Facebook didn't allow you to go very long on a video back then. So it's not, they didn't do reels, they didn't do all that. So I did a lot of YouTube, and I'd copy over the YouTube. But then we started getting invited to like big events and things to kind of cover as media. But I just do it because I'm amazed with music. I'm writing a song right now, and I can't tell you the title because you have so many people watching. But I thought about you do. You have a big following, dude. You absolutely do. And I almost want to tell you the title of it, but I don't know. It's called That's a dead flat chord. It's called Jesus Rides My Tailgate.
Huh.
And it's about in your life, you know, Steve Jobs and different people, they talk about you can't connect the dots. Looking forward, going down a path, you can look backwards and look at the dots of where you've been and why you went through this valley, this struggle, and now you've learned and you pushed on forward. So I just wonder, I was wondering where you got your people because the interviews are great. You play their music, which I love.
Yes.
We'll have to get one of our movie trailers and you can play that while we're talking. One of our scary movies. We finished Cadillac Jack. We finished the Haunted Farmhouse and the Haunting of Rose Hill. We got a film we're making next year with our daughters in it. And it's going to be a short film. And it's called Birthday Party Crashers. And what we do is we drive around as a family and we drive through neighborhoods and we look for moon bounces, the big bouncy houses in the backyard, and like the decorations in the front yard, which they always put the name of the kid. So we always have these gifts, girl or boy party. We figure it out before we get there. We walk into the party and we go eat cupcakes, man. We go have hamburgers and hot dogs and pizza. And our daughters get to play in the backyard with somebody, and it's kind of a fun concept. Kind of like Wedding Crashers rated G.
Are you from a musical family or?
My mom actually owned this guitar when I was but a little bitty kid. She played for us. She had Holland Nagila and things like that. And I was raised in church, so you're around that, and I sang a lot. And we just produced the Mississippi Music Awards a couple years ago. So my mom's a poet, like a world-renowned poet, and published multiple times over. So she kind of helped me with my creativity. But I'm more of a filmmaker and a storyteller, but I like to talk to people like I'm taking over your show right now. And but I like hearing people's stories, and that's what I love about your show, man. I love what you're doing. Watch me be quiet. Watch this.
Did you take up the music business in school?
What?
Did you do it in school? How the direct movies and stuff?
You know, I didn't. I've always loved movies, as everybody, but I didn't really play sports. I was built to play sports. You know, athletic. I've been in the gym lifting weights for, gosh, over 40 years now, and I still do every day. I absolutely love the physical aspect of it. I played a little bit, but no, I always worked. But My dad had a butcher shop in Memphis by Graceland. I don't know what doing this guitar now. But they were they had a thing for acting class in the paper, and they had in the Memphis paper, and I'm like, that's cool. I'll go take some acting classes. And it ended up being Red West, which was Elvis Presley's. Everything's tied back into Elvis Presley. But Elvis Presley, it was Red West was his best friend, red-haired guy, bodyguard. You can see him in all these pictures, and he was taking acting classes. He had just finished wrapping a movie called Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. Best movie ever made, ever. And so we connected. He and I were just like the best of friends, and we had about 15 people in the class. But for some reason, my roommate back then, he said, man, why is he like, he put his hand on my shoulder and he'd make an example and not that I was a great actor, but just he really thought that I had a future in it. And then I went on and I got an agent in Nashville and Memphis, and then I started getting auditions. I started getting parts on TV and commercials and movies. And I like the ones better where you don't have to say a lot of lines, you don't have to memorize a lot. So I learned how to use my face to show a lot of emotions. And but I wasn't getting big roles. And what I would do, like when I worked for HBO, I got picked up production. I've been on a lot of movie sets, and instead of going to the holding back in the back where everybody is, I'd always, I'm grown man, so I always looked like I belonged. Nobody knew if I didn't belong or anything. I acted professionally. I would go and hang out and then watch the director and then watch the production and the lighting and pay attention to everything. And I started shooting my own short films. And of course, in Memphis, everybody wants to be in a film, just like in Nashville, everybody wants to talk about what they do. So I just kind of got into it. And the music, I just love music so much. And for me to interview people like Loverboy, Cheap Trick, Rick Springfield, I get to interview all these people now. And they'll call me every time they have an album or something coming out. It's just really amazing. So I love music, and I can sing. I'm a pretty good singer. And when I wear all my black and I go out to music things, they'll say, you must be Johnny Cash's nephew. And I'm like, oh, no. But it's cool. I got to go in, and John Carter Cash and Carlene, and we went and had a Martin guitar that was come out the Cash edition. And we get invited to stuff like that. So that's a great thing about Nashville, man. But you're giving everybody, we call it a footprint. You're giving everybody that's on your show a footprint, and you connect with them. All right. Let's talk about this guy that just came up. Who was the last guy you had? Jackie Jack White. Yeah. Tell me about that guy. I know you know about him.
Well, he wrote a song for one of the guys from Alison Krauss.
Phenomenal voice. Good Lord. She is like, and just like an angel, the way she sings. There's a Mexican restaurant we go to, and that's where I got to meet Reba, and we got to buy lunch for Reba and visit with her at Kroger and stuff. People in Nashville, the big names, they're just like anybody else. And one night I was at Kroger and I had baby vomit on my shirt, on my hoodie, and we were out of something baby-wise. So Jill sent me over Sunday night at 7 at night. I think it was like 9 or 9:15. She loved to send me out, and I ran over there, and there was Reba just shopping. And I'd already been around her a couple times, but she was buying lean cuisines. I mean, she's going over to a mansion, and that's when she was alone, and she was just kind of shopping. And we sat there and had the best conversation because she's just a person. At the end of the day, most of these people, especially the ones who've been in a long time, I've noticed they're kinder. But we go to this Mexican restaurant called El Palenque. It's in Green Hills. No sign. It's on the side of a building, and nobody really knows it's there unless you know it's there. So you see the biggest names in country music eating there. And we saw Alison Krauss. I'm like, wow, she's so pretty. And we didn't bother her. You don't really bother people. You can tell when it's cool to talk to somebody like Tracy Lawrence. I've talked to him a couple times. You ever been to we used to go to the Pie Wagon. It's a little cafeteria on Music Row. And he would end up in there, and it was by my studio on 18th Avenue. We rented out Marty Robbins' old studio. And I like meat and three, man. You probably do too. Just vegetables and stuff. It doesn't have to be steak dinners and fanciness all the time. And it was a little place called the Pie Wagon, and you'd go in there and you get your meat and three and a slice of pie and some sweet tea. And then I just kind of would hang out and have lunch like at the lunchroom,
We always took the Legend. The Legend.
Yeah, Legends Bar. Are you talking about Legends Bar?
Yeah, we always went in there and got something.
You never know who's going to be on that stage. Keith Urban jumps up there all the time, doesn't he?
I
Little entertainment news: Keith Urban's going to be have a little bit more freedom to go anywhere he wants to now. So who knows where he's going to go?
we're gonna run out of time. Where can they go and see your videos, music, and events?
TJ Cates Productions with the S on the end. And also, they can go to NashvilleEntertainmentWeekly.com, Nashville Entertainment Weekly on Facebook and Instagram. And they can reach out to us if they want to be part of the show. And man, I want to be like you. So you were going to do this as a tutorial, but you really just kind of showed me so much, and we got to visit. Mostly me talking, but this is cool. So this is a great format, man. I know you want to talk about it and stuff, but this is a great format, and this is something that we're definitely going to reach out to. And we've got some artists that are going to come. We're going to start promoting our CMA event. How far away are you right now, like from Nashville?
Probably about 8 or 9 hours. 8 or 9 hours.
But isn't this cool? You can have people around the world that are sitting there talking to you about music, and you have such a strong reach, and everybody in Nashville respects you, man.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what you're doing because you're the only one that puts out such solid content on a regular. So good for you for doing that.
Thank you.
Jesus is on my tailgate. Looking forward to it. What are we doing? Just riding this out? Staying on the horse? We should be rolling some credits right now. Can you add bumpers to this video? Or do a voice? We could set you up. I'll do it for free. Set you up a voiceover. It'll